If I lost my audience, my knowledge, my clients, my contacts, my network, if I lost everything and I had to start today from zero and scale to my first 6 figures with my agency, this is exactly what I'll do. Sit back, relax, guys. I'm going to take you inside my screen and show you how you can build your agency from ground zero. So let's get into it. So we're going to jump into my screen. I'm going to show you exactly how you can start from zero with no audience and get your first 10K a month. So let's get into it. So first things first, you need to choose the vehicle. A business is a vehicle. It's pretty much you're going to connect a solution, product, offer to a customer, and the customer will pay you for it, and you collect the cash in between, and you run the business yourself. You have team, you have systems that deliver the service, the solution to the customer. That is all a business is. That's all an agency is. That's all an e-commerce product is. That's all a restaurant is. That is literally what business is at the end of the day. Way back in the 1900s, they were trading fucking fruit for vegetables. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's trade. That's how business is. We've been doing it since the evolution of humans. So that's all it is. You just need to choose the vehicle that's going to be best suited for you. Now, you don't need to build, you need to sell. At the start of your agency career or the start of your business career, you need to sell, especially if you have no audience, you have no branding, no social media, no prior experience. Your main objective, my guy or girl, is to get your offer in front of as many people as humanly possible. That's all that matters. You don't need the perfect website, you don't need the perfect logo, you don't need the perfect color scheme. You need to get your offer in front of as many as your ideal customers as possible. That is your goal, okay? Otherwise you don't have a business. You have a hobby, as I have always once said. Now, these are your options, okay? If it was me, I'd start a service-based business. Let's say you have very limited cash, okay? You have very limited experience. I'd start a service-based business. Why? Because it costs nothing, okay? There's no product, there's no inventory that you have to pay for like e-commerce brands, and you don't need an audience, okay? You just need your time, a hinder of knowledge, which you can get from the internet. ChatGPT is an incredible source. YouTube, incredible. Reddit, incredible. So many different places that you can get knowledge and absorb knowledge from. When I first started, there's only a few OG YouTubers in the space. There wasn't that much information online, okay? Shout out Iman Gods. There's a lot of opinions on this guy on the internet, but he was the first YouTuber I learned from, studied and absorbed, and that's where I got all my marketing knowledge from. Okay, or a portion of my marketing knowledge. But why? It's the fastest way to build cash. A cash cow business typically comes from service-based businesses, okay? It doesn't require any time. It doesn't really require much cash at the start, okay? It just takes your time for effort. Examples of this, OFM, only funnel management, okay? That is probably one of the best businesses that come out in the last decade. The opportunity and what it gives us in this business space is absolutely wild. You can work completely remotely, okay? You can have 50% commissions on revenue that you produce for a business or for a client. That's wild. Whenever I tell people in my network the margins that we operate on, it's absolutely wild. They just generally don't get it. They don't think it's legal, but it's 100% legal. It's been around for the age of time. It's just now digitalized and it's perfect. Now, there's other offers that you can do, like ads for ecom brands. I do have this currently myself, this agency currently. OFM is where 90% of my revenue comes from, but we still do this. Content for UGC brands and lead generation for like gyms, dentists, chiropractors, all that kind of good stuff, right? But for now, if you come on my channel, it's probably from an OFM space, as I did have a very big brand in space before my other channel got banned. But you probably come on this video for OFM, so we're going to dive into it. OFM just makes sense. It really does just make sense. You might as well get a piece of the pie, or you can watch brothers like me and other guys that are absolutely printing off this business model, and you just be watching from the sides. Where can you have a business where you make someone 10K and you take 5K of that? Rightly so, because of the amount of work that goes into it. But like, that type of commissions is unheard of in the online space, right? It's absolutely wild. It just really makes sense. So now that you've decided on the vehicle, which is hopefully OFM, you need to decide which route that you want to take. Do you want to go down the percentage route, or do you want to go down the salary route? Two different options and two different mini businesses within the online business OFM in general. Now, what I mean by this is a percentage route is where you take a percentage of the revenue that you make, typically 50%. You make a model of 5K, you take 2.5K. 50% on whatever revenue you produce for the model, And that works like that. Now the salary route, which is something that we've heavily been doing over the last 6 months now, I was always kind of against it until I really learned more about it and tested it myself, saw the benefit, the huge benefit to both sides of the parties, and it just genuinely makes sense. Like the margins for salaries are absolutely incredible. You can make a model 10K, pay them 1K or 1.5K, and you profit 8.5K or 9K. Like that's wild, right? Like those margins are even better than 50%. These are like 70% margins, 80% margins, depending on your traffic source and your chatting. But is that not wild? Like that, imagine you scale a salary model to 20K per month, which we've done and we're currently doing. Imagine you then pay the model 1K, 1.5K, which is completely legal, okay? It's not abusive. These models are getting paid more than politicians in their countries, okay? And you profit that 90% or 80%, that shit is wild, right? This is a situation right now with this business model. However, there's pros and cons and benefits to both. So benefits to both, margins, obviously for salary models are incredible. Content quality for percentage models are better. You get better quality, you get English speaking models, you can brand them better. It's more branding based, okay? And the work ethic typically should be good for both, right? My preference, what do you guys think my preference is? Right now, my preference really is salary models generally, because the traffic system that we have are heavily agency dependent. So we run pretty much everything ourselves. With the use of AI and Claude, we are pretty much printing content off the back of seconds, okay, and fresh unique content, which we can then publish on the platform that we're posting on. And it really requires the models 1 to 2 hours of work per day. So for us to give 50% of our revenue to the model really doesn't make that much sense anymore. Obviously, for some models we still have, and I still have a roster of percentage models, okay? Don't get me wrong, we still have that roster, but salaries really makes a great amount of sense. But in my opinion, both make sense. You should always start on percentage models, understand the business first, understand what you're doing, and potentially introduce some new salaries to your agency and just see how it goes at the end of the day, right? Because essentially the percentage models can pay for your salaries, and then you can just understand how it works. Imagine you build revenues and then you scale and scale from there. Now goes to the next point, which is client acquisition. Okay, how do you acquire these clients? Which goes into my first point is sales and sell. So depending on the route that you take, there's 2 different ways you can go about it. So for percentage-based models, we will break this down into 3 channels, okay? Instagram outreach still is good, works incredibly well. Okay, for example, Outseeker is a really great tool that you can use. I'm gonna give you guys some source right now. This right here is a really, really great tool. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. This is a really great tool that you can use to outreach to models at a mass scale. Okay, really good tool to use. I recommend you guys use it. You can use that through Outseeker. It basically will help you find models with your niche and you just mass outreach to these models, DM them, use good DM hooks. Maybe in another video, if this video does well, I'll give you some source on what DMs to use, what structure to use, how to slide in, how to get their attention, how to follow up. I'll make a separate video on that if it makes sense. But you want to do Instagram outreach. You then want to do X outreach also. X works very, very well. Less bands on there too compared to Instagram. And you want to do this at a mass volume, okay? 300 to 400 messages per day minimum. That means 300 to 400 creators that you're messaging on a daily basis. Jermaine, how can you do that? So you get an age Instagram account, okay? You get age X accounts. On Instagram, you can typically do anywhere between 15 to 30 fresh DMs per day. So you need multiple Instagram accounts, and then you just do this at a bigger scale across your phone. And on X, you can do more DMs, and especially if you have Twitter Blue or Twitter Premium. On one X account, you can maybe do anywhere between, I don't know, like 100, 150 X DMs per day, right? And that will be absolutely fine. So you can do that across 3-4 X accounts and you've already hit your target, okay? Again, you can use Outseeker for Twitter too, or X to also find models, and Bob's your uncle, you have a consistent traffic system of bringing in new models to your agency. And then after this, of course, comes to another point where you then need to jump on calls and close these models, but that's another section of this video. For salaries, 2-3 ways that you can find this. You can run ads within the regions that you want to target. Okay, typically you have salary models hit you up and it works very well this way. You can run ads through Ads Manager, or there's marketplaces that you can use. These are very simple, these are direct. This is what we're currently doing right now. We have a good amount of trusted marketplaces that we're currently using, and we literally just use those marketplaces on a daily basis to bring models to our agency. Again, the fact that you can literally go out and buy a client, okay, and then run the marketing systems at those crazy margins is just absolutely wild. Technically, you can never run out of customers. Crazy, right? That's why it just makes complete sense. You then need to close clients. Sell, 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 so sell, sell, sell. You do not need to overcomplicate it. When you jump on these calls with these models, treat it like a conversation, okay? And if you're running this for percentage models and you're on sales and closing percentage models, you ideally want to get on call, ideally Zoom, put a face to the name, give value, okay? Don't lead with ego. Don't try to be that misogynistic fucking ego pimp guy. Doesn't work. Models can see right through it. Lead with value, come across genuine, be yourself, and just be a nice person. Do you know what I mean? Most people buy into people at the end of the day, not, you know, an agency name, unless you have a really big agency name behind you, right? So people always buy into people, and be very clear and lead with value and come across professional. Don't try to flirt, don't try to rizz. Doesn't always work. Can work if you're a good looking geezer or girl. Salaries, depends on the region, but English is usually an issue, so be very clear with your conversation flow and have a very good onboarding system. Trust me, the onboarding system will be an absolute game changer if you do have salary models, right? Now it comes to service delivery. It's kind of similar for both, okay? Again, it depends which route that you take, okay? Now, for example, percentage-based models, break it down into 2 channels, ideally. 1 to 2 channels will be good enough to get to your first 10K per month. Now for me, if this was me, this is what I would do. I'll do Instagram Reels first. Okay, Instagram Reels has been an absolute game changer for us at the agency. And for percentage models, you need to have very clear model branding. Okay, you want to focus on good viral hooks, ideas, clear profile funnel and optimization continuously. And you want to always be testing data at the end of the day, right? This is going to help you really understand what's working for those models so you can then push more volume at a mass scale. You're going to do TikTok. It's pretty much same principles as Instagram, okay? But you can probably do 2x more volume. TikTok, you don't really get penalized by posting volume, okay? As long as you're posting good quality content, you don't get penalized, whereas Instagram, it does come across as a bit spam. On Reddit, you can also do Reddit too. You can go down the safe for work method or the non-safe work route. Again, I'll explain these in future videos. But again, if you are in the OFM space, it'll kind of make more sense to you. You want to have good, clear branding within the subreddits, okay? And you want to have high quality content times output, and it will win at the end of the day for you. Now, this should say salary models. Let's just do sal models. You're going to break these down to a similar process, okay? But just at a bigger volume. So for Instagram Reels, again, you want to have good model branding, you want viral hooks, you want to push more volume of accounts, okay? You still want to continuously test data, you still want a clear profile funnel, but with salaries, because the content is typically low quality, you need to make up for that with higher volume. And we also use AI accounts and AI content generation to improve their content quality and to push more volume from that. Same thing with the spoofing, same thing with the content background. Like we can turn one piece of content into 11 fresh pieces of content through AI and Claude. Like that shit is absolutely wild, right? And the infrastructure that you can build from it is crazy, and the workflow that you can build from it is crazy. And again, because you're paying for the AI, it makes more sense profitability wise to run this on your salary model as well. Of course, you can run this on percentage models also. TikTok, same thing as Instagram, but much higher volume you can push for TikTok. Reddit, same thing, safe work route. You want to do mass content, okay, with output, and that's what's going to win for Reddit with salary models. Whereas, as you can see, for higher quality content with percentage models, that also works well with that. Whereas salaries is more mass volume. Branding is also key as well. Don't post a BBW salary into a EB salary, you know what I mean? EB subreddit, it just makes no sense. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense from the service delivery side of things. It sounds a lot harder than it is. It sounds like there's a lot more going on than it is, but it's actually not that deep. You just need to put your one customer in front of as many eyeballs as possible and monetize off the back end of that, okay? This is the traffic side of things. I'm gonna cover a whole separate video on chatting later on in another YouTube video, but this is mainly gonna help you get to your first 10K per month with traffic side of things. And then you add chatting in the background. It's really not rocket science. You're selling to people that are coming inbound to you. So chatting really isn't that hard, to be honest with you. Traffic is the hardest, which is why it's the biggest focus for this video. So let's just do some simple maths for you guys to wrap up the video. £10,000 a month is not as hard as you may think. It's actually not that hard as you think. I hit 10K per month in a paid ads agency within my first 6 months. It's probably much more doable to do it quicker now because there's way more softwares and AI tools and availability of information out there for you guys than there was when I started 4 years ago. Completely different ball game right now, okay? But let's just break the maths. 10,000 per month, okay, divided by 4 is £2,500 a week, okay? And divided that by per day is £357 per day. You can't tell me you can't get addicted people to spend £357 on your model. Come on, it's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard, but let's break it down to make it even easier for you. You just need 2 models to make £178.50 per day to then hit 10K per month. And you just need to hold that revenue across 30 days and you're at 10K per month. The math isn't as hard as you think. Okay, as long as you have 2 models making £178 a day or £357 a day per one model, you hold that for a month, you are hitting 10K per month. Throughout my YouTube channel, you're gonna see different results that we've been hitting for our clients. 19K weeks, 20K weeks, 10K weeks, 5K weeks, 3K weeks, different variations of weeks that we're hitting for our clients. And again, hitting that 10K is just a matter of simple maths and really breaking it down. So that's exactly how you guys are gonna go make your first 10K in the next 30 days. Hopefully this helps. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this and include chatting with a bit more detail to help you. But hopefully that makes sense. Any questions, let me know in the comments below. I do have a Telegram group that I've launched as well. That won't get banned. So I've launched a Telegram group. Go ahead and join below. Every single day, I'm updating the guys in there. I'm giving free value. I'm giving free source. I'm showing results. We're doing direct contact in there also to guys that reach out to me directly. So go ahead and join the Telegram group below. Hopefully it helps. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.